Dude, how cool would it be to have a hoverboard from Back to the Future?
Bro, if I had a hoverboard like that, I would be on so much child support papers because I would be getting laid all the time.
Tacos con todo.
Oh, are those tacos? You better believe they're tacos.
Let's get the taco. Who would have thought they'd have tacos here?
You realize that's probably a Camel Ash taco.
Told my wife I wouldn't drink tonight.
Give me one of those famous giant beers I heard so much about.
What's against your lips? It's so good. Start the episode already. What are we doing?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Tacos with Beer. I'm Alfie.
And I'm Phil.
What's going on, bro?
Oh, man, this week has been, like, crazy. Because, like, last time we talked, you were telling me about your internet. And I came here and did a speed test. And you're like, internet's, like, ridiculously fast. Like, just so fast. And I was kind of getting jealous because I'm like, yo, I'm going to go home and test out my stuff, right? So I tested mine out, and I was getting like 25 megabytes per second download. And when I came over here, bro, you were getting like the same amount of download speed was the same amount of upload speed you were getting. And I was a little jealous because I was like, bro, you can put stuff on YouTube and upload stuff real quick. If you do it at my house, you're going to be like, you know, you're going to be there for a day and a half. You know what I'm saying? Trying to upload just like
because
10
you know,
minutes.
I was talking to you about the system that I put in here. It was a mesh system, right? Which allowed me to have those kind of speeds. Yeah. Upload, download speeds. Exactly. And, you know what? Kind of changed
it did.
My fucking world.
Because
here.
I went and I ended up ordering the mesh system for my home. Yeah. And, you know, I had a bunch of dead spots in my house. So when I put those mesh systems in, man, I have no more dead spots. And I think it's because it is a Wi-Fi extender, but the amount of megabytes it actually pushes out. Because, you know, the stuff they give you from the providers.
It's life-changing.
Yeah, the stuff the providers give you, they're just garbage.
Yeah,
that's how they make their money.
Yeah, especially if you have multiple people running a ton of stuff. Yeah. You know, on Wi-Fi at the same time, it starts to slow everything down. Especially, because you got kids, they're like, gaming it, being on their laptops or on their tablets. And
like for me, like the one thing about mine was like I got, my phone, my TV, like everything I run is off the internet. Like I have my fridge runs off the internet. It's crazy, right? Technology, right? And then I have my Ring, the doorbell, the camera, it runs off of Wi-Fi. And man, it was so slow. Like it would take forever to upload. And it's because, my Wi-Fi wasn't shooting that far. But when I got that mesh system, bro, everything is like,
bunch of stuff.
Yes. And I was just like, bro. And then I started looking at the downloading speed. I'm like, I'm still not getting what Alfonso's is getting, but then I did my research and it's like, well, you getting fiber over here and I'm not. So at my place. Yeah. So, but
at least it got significantly better. So
yeah, it did.
That's actually the really good thing because, that's what I'm saying. Like when you're using the stuff that they give you, it sucks, man. Like, especially if the places that need to be on Wi-Fi are like really far away from the source, like good luck trying to get some decent signal from there.
So when I had changed providers and now I'm like checking out my, my test speed and everything. And bro, I'm getting like
a lot better.
Yeah, it's like stupid fast. And I'm just like, I want it to go faster. And they're like, my wife's like, well, I don't really care. As long as everything works. I'm like, well, do you like it buffering? Okay. Well, I got to fix that. So I think that's just been like consuming my mind. And one thing about me is like, I know about production. Right. I could tell you all about that, but I can't tell you anything about computer science. Like I'm still a learning process. Like when I got the new router, like I was actually figuring out what, 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz and what they actually do. Right. The dual band. Like I didn't know what none of that meant until I started doing a lot of research. So I'm like, oh. Mm-hmm. So moral lesson today, guys, do your research.
Yeah, exactly, man. Especially if you want to learn about the internet.
Yeah, because, man, it's...
If you figure out that the crap that they give you is literally crap, then you will figure out a way to get way better internet. Exactly. And that is just buy a better router.
Basically.
And we definitely recommend a mesh system. If you don't have one, get one. Because trust me, it's really, really good.
If you don't know what a mesh system is, it's basically it's a tower that shoots out the amount of Wi-Fi in your home that allows a lot of megabytes to push through that Wi-Fi.
And it also works as extender. So if you are really far away and you're not getting very good,
like if there's a certain room that you have in your house and it's like I can't go that far because I'll start losing Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
get that, and that
the mesh system will fix that.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm a living testimony.
Well, welcome to the mesh system team,
I know,
bro.
right? That's good. Thank you.
Yeah, I know. You finally got those good internet speeds for all that porn you've been downloading. All right, so Ewan McGregor says Disney Plus Obi-Wan's Kenobi series will start shooting in March. And I know everybody's freaking excited about that. I know I am.
I know a lot of people always say like, you like Star Wars, and I'm like, man, if you say anything wrong about, if you say anything wrong about Star Wars, I'll literally punch you in your face.
Yeah, dude. Because Star Wars is life. I'm sorry.
It's funny.
So cool.
So, no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Dude, it's so cool that even Disney built a whole park around it.
You ain't lying. So if Disney did it, then you know it's on fire.
Yeah.
It's okay. So the funny thing about it is when we first, me and my wife first started dating.
Yeah.
I asked her, I was like, "You ever watch Star Wars?" She's like, I don't remember. I'm like, oh my God. So we literally spent like a day and a half, and I had got before streaming services, of course, was booming. We got this thing called DVDs. You know, a lot of people don't know what those are, but I had got the whole collection of Star Wars. You know,
I got Blu-rays, but
it's episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had before the new Star Wars came out. And we literally sat down and watched I caught her up to speed on all the Star Wars.
So she didn't hate you at the end of it?
Nah, man, I think it brought us closer together.
Nice. That's cool as shit, man. Well, I'm really excited because Ian McGregor confirmed on Fridays the Graham Norton show that his Disney Plus series about Obi-Wan Kenobi will start shooting in March 2021 after being delayed by the pandemic. So, you know, just like everything else that's been going on, all these shows being delayed.
Yeah.
You know, another one, Stranger Things, everybody's waiting for it. It got delayed. That was another one for me that I've been like really, really waiting on. I know we did a whole episode on that.
Yeah,
you know, so it's like this pandemic has been slowing everything down, but as of March next year, they're going to start shooting, you know, the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. And I'm super excited that I'm sorry, I keep saying Ian. His name is Edwin, something like that. The original Obi-Wan Kenobi from series 1 to 3. Yeah.
So if you don't know Star Wars and if you've seen kind of episode 1, 2, and 3, he plays the younger version of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, which the original was played by Sir Alec Guinness, the older Obi-Wan Kenobi to the original Star Wars films from 1977.
I wonder who they're gonna, play as the villain.
I haven't even really thought about that, right? So, like, here, let me tell you this. So, McGregor said he will think of how Guinness, who's the original Obi-Wan Kenobi, would have played a younger version of that Obi-Wan Kenobi. So, the series itself is going to be a 6-episode show set 8 years after Revenge of the Sith and 11 years before A New Hope. It's a time when the Jedi Order has been severely diminished. Yeah. So, hit me with all your theories. I have no idea who the villain is going to be, to be honest. Would it be cool if they brought Darth Maul somewhere in there? Because they killed that guy off so early.
Yeah, and I think he was just like...
That was like one of the best.
And if you don't know who Darth Maul is, he's the red guy that has the lightsabers.
He's one of the best Siths, man. I love it.
He has 2 lightsabers, one on the end and one on the front of his lightsaber. And it's basically a stick.
It's both ends are on a saber, which was so cool, man. Like, that was one of the things that Lucas wanted to do when he shot these, technically, I guess it would be 4, 5, and 6, but in the order that they're shot in, they're prequels. So he really wanted to emphasize the battles, the lightsaber battles. Yeah. And you see that with Darth Maul as a Sith, like Obi-Wan Kenobi going at it with him. Like, oh man, that is beautiful. It's something amazing to behold.
I'm
nerding out over here. Like,
I know, I can see. You're about to chill out, Alfonso. You're about to fall back in your seat.
I'm sorry, man. I'm excited. We got all this stuff going on over here. I'm like,
Don't lean too far back.
I don't want to fall into a black hole. All right, so black holes. A black hole seen eating a star causing disruption event visible in telescopes around the world. So for the first time ever, we recorded a star falling into a black hole. And that is super exciting for me because, you know, dude, I love space. I love anything about the cosmos, and this happening and me being able to watch it was honestly like one of the greatest things I think I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. It was beautiful.
Was it better watching porn?
It was better than watching porn.
Wow.
Don't want to get in trouble with that. Scientists have watched a rare blast of light from a star as it was eaten by a black hole. The unusual tidal disruption event was visible in telescopes around the world. It appeared as a bright flare of energy, the closest of its kind ever recorded, at just 215 million light years away. Such events happen when a star gets too near a black hole and it's pulled by its extreme gravity, which, you know, if you know anything about black holes, man, dude, once that star gets near that event horizon, the gravity field is too strong that it'll literally take anything around it. Nothing can escape, not even light.
You know, when we get on the show, I notice we talk a lot about space.
I know, man. I love space, dude. I'm like really, really into astronomy, you know? And it's like the cosmos fascinates the shit out of me, dude. I'm like really, really crazy about it.
You know,
I love looking at space.
You know what? Speaking of space, you know what the space new space games out right now? It's a game called Amoung Us. Have you tried that game or played it?
You asked me about that last time, and you know, I never really played it. I was just like, whatever. Well, this past weekend though, you know, I was hanging out with my family over at my sister's house, and we had a cookout. You know, we grilled a bunch of tacos. Yeah. And everybody was playing Among Us, so I finally got on it with them, and I played. It's pretty fun, right? Yeah, it's cool, man. I
really didn't get introduced to it until I was with my family. Same thing with you. I was at my family gathering, and then my brother-in-law was like, "Hey, y'all want to play Among Us?" Now I always see my kids playing it, and I never knew what it was. I was just like, "Oh, you know, my kids playing another game, you know, that they're all hooked onto." And he asked me, "Want to play Among Us?" And I was like, "Eh." Usually I would say yeah, but you know, this time I was like, I don't know. But when my brother-in-law was like, "Hey, let's play Among Us," I was like, "What's that?" My kids are like, "Oh, I want to play."
Yeah, they were like, "Ooh, dude, hit it up."
Yeah, and I was like, "Well, what is
that?"
Start
that bitch up.
Right? Yeah, that's exactly how it was. And then, so he explained the rules of the game. Is basically there's space guys. There's like, I think it's like 10 to a game. And there's like a group of people, and the people who are the crewmates, they can go around like doing tasks and stuff, like fixing the ship. And then you have 3 to 2 or 1 killers among you.
Right.
So, you know, they're going around killing people, and you got to figure out who's the killer. Yeah. So it's kind of like playing Clue. I don't know if you ever remember playing that.
Yeah, of course. We did play Clue.
Yeah, so basically it's that. But once you find like a dead body somewhere, or you can actually do a team meeting, and you can kind of discuss.
Does that look sus?
Yeah, this is like the new word now, sus. But I don't think they know how to spell suspect, to be honest. Or what is it, suspicious?
Suspicious.
Yeah, I think that's short for suspicious. So you know, you get on the thing, and my funny thing is
usually the red guy too, right?
Yeah,
it's always that.
The
red
funny
fucker.
thing for me is when I get on the chat, they're always gonna be like, you know, who do you think it was? Who do you think the killer is? My little getaway is I'm about to share my secret right now.
Oh, spill them out. Let us know. Spill your.
I always say it's, you know, so and so, and they're like, how do you know? I'll be like, oh, because I was on the security cameras. I saw them do it. I was literally on the security cameras and saw them kill it. So, and they were like, what? And it's like funny because everybody believes me, but you know, hopefully.
But it's like once you die though, they give you like a little chat thing that comes up, right, where you can actually start typing in like, all right, I think it's this person. Who is that? You know, because even my little nephew, who's like 5 or 6 years old, he was like, he killed me. I'm telling you, it was this guy.
You can vote him off. Everybody can vote. Sometimes you can vote off the wrong person, and once you vote off the wrong person, they're gone. Like you have to wait for the next game. So
even if it's the wrong person who wasn't an actual killer, I mean not the killer or the
imposter.
Yeah, the imposter.
Yeah, if it's
he'd be gone, but the imposter's still roaming around killing people.
Exactly, and then you know.
So it's kind of cool. They give you a bunch of tasks, right, that you have to do and complete. mate.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, go open this door with this card and do this and do that.
Yeah. So the thing about it is, like, if the only way the crewmates win is if they have to complete all the tasks. The only way the imposter wins is he has to kill everybody.
Oh,
So that's the way they win, you know. So it's pretty cool. So it's like I'll be voting. Like, I play a lot with my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law, and my other brother-in-law. We even got like a group message.
Are you guys on Discord or what?
No. We're like on the iPhone text message.
Oh, the text messages.
Yeah. So we're on that, and we have like our name is called Acting Sus. So,
hey, wait a minute. I haven't been invited to this.
Well, because you said,
bro.
I know, because when I told you about it, you were like, man, that's a fucking
I feel kind of
game.
left out.
Well, I didn't know you liked it. I'm gonna add you to the group.
Oh, all right.
All right.
Okay,
I mean, I don't know if they're gonna accept you, but they'll add you to
They'll
the
be
group.
like, who's this guy?
Yeah,
He's
right.
kind of sus.
So we be sending like funny ass memes to each other on that thing.
Yeah.
And it's cool thing about Among Us is you can actually play and not be in the same room with somebody. So they can be at their house and you just like get, hey, the private code is this.
Oh my God. Do you remember last week I sent you a fucked up one because
Yeah.
we talked about American Killer and it was a picture of his family and it said on top, this guy is not one of
No,
them.
it says there's an
imposter
Among Us.
I was like,
Wow.
savage.
See, you can't be on our group.
What? I'm too savage?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, come on, dude.
No, so you know what? I took that bean that you gave me and I put it on the group. They were like, wow. Somebody, they wrote their gifts. They're like, too soon.
Yeah, that's definitely too soon. But as soon as I saw that, since you had talked to me about that, I was like, I'm gonna send this shit to Phil.
Yeah.
Because I have seen a bunch of memes, but I'm like, since I hadn't really played it, I was like, okay, who am I gonna send it to? But I understand it because I've seen the game, I know the concept, I've seen all that stuff, and it wasn't until this past weekend that I actually played it. And I kind of got into the game now, and we're playing. So I'm like,
The funny thing about it now is that my wife's heavily addicted to it. So I'm sitting there.
Why isn't she always getting addicted
I don't know.
to everything?
I don't know.
Dude?
I'll be watching TV, and then I'm like, babe, what are you doing? I'm thinking she's on. First, it was TikTok. Now it was, just something. Now we got on Among Us, and I see her like just, her hands are just moving really fast, and there she's typing. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm addicted to this game. And I was like, geez, woman.
Is she the one who introduced you? Oh no, you said it was the family thing.
Yeah, it was
right.
the family
so
gets her. My brother-in-law. Yeah,
you hadn't actually.
No,
gone
that's
around.
that's when she got introduced to us that day. So we're playing, and she comes in. She's like, "What are y'all doing?" Because we're all just laughing, having a good old time, just playing all on our phones. And she's like, "What are y'all playing?" And I told her, and she just kind of like was watching, and then she jumped in, and all of a sudden she's like an Among Us fanatic now. I swear, I feel like I get her addicted to stuff. I need to stop.
Yeah, dude, don't introduce her to meth.
No. Hey ladies, are you ready to get your nails on point? Then I got the perfect person for you. Get Nailed by Laura G. She's top notch at acrylic coffin, stilettos, and square shapes. Rated as one of DFW's top nail tech. Check out some of her work, or for more booking info, follow her on her Instagram page at Nailed by Laura G. Go get right for the night, ladies.
Hey guys, we're taking a break to talk to you about Anchor. Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. Me and Phil did it, you can too. And the best part, it's free. Anchor hosts our podcast. And I don't know if you noticed, but we didn't start sounding great until we switched to Anchor. They have creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast. And honestly, the best part is Anchor will distribute your podcast on everything: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And you can make money, guys. Trust me, Anchor is everything you need. Anchor. Hey, I'm pretty nerdy by trade.
Really?
So
we can't tell.
So one of my favorite genres out there is sci-fi. Science fiction. I loved ever since I was a kid.
Secretly, I love science fiction too. I think it's because our pop culture, us growing up, that had a lot to do with our childhood was science fiction.
Yeah. So like one of the things that really, really influenced me a lot as a kid was, watching sci-fi movies. One of my favorite movies of all time, and it actually is a trilogy, is Back to the Future.
Yeah, I love Back to the Future.
Like, like everything that you can imagine about time traveling,
yes.
And it's like going into the future or back in time, which the first one he goes back in time, Marty McFly.
Yeah, I actually got a chance to sit in the the DeLorean.
Oh yeah, the DeLorean.
Yeah, I actually got a chance to sit in one.
Oh
And,
really? That's
yeah,
cool.
So somebody actually
Where'd you do that?
well, it was at my job. They had it as a kind of like a prop,
Oh my
and
God,
somebody
that is
spent
so
so
cool.
much money like just putting everything together, and I think it
Yeah.
was like an extra in the actual movie. So they had brought it down to where I was
What?
working, and I got a
Dude,
chance to
that's
take
so
I got a
cool.
chance to take a picture with it. I got to sit in it. And I'm like, man, you know, this is so freaking cool. Like, I've always been
Yeah.
a fan about time traveling, just period, because
Right.
I honestly believe that it's real.
Oh, here we go.
Don't get me
You go with
started.
these fucking wild theories.
Yeah, I honestly feel like, you know, time traveling is real. And I feel like, you know, some of the stuff that's happened right now is because somebody from the future went back to the past and started messing around with some stuff. I'm not going to say no names, Donald Trump, but, you know, you ever heard that theory about burying Trump's marvelous adventure or something like that?
No.
Oh,
No.
I would don't let
Definitely I never got into that conspiracy theory.
Yeah, it's a whole theory that I don't think we have time to talk about on this show, but that's for another episode.
Well, now I'm kind of really interested because now I want to know what the fuck that theory is.
Okay. Well, basically what it is, it's like it's a book that was written back in like 1887.
Yeah.
And it talks about the book is called Baron Trump, and it's about a little boy. He goes on this adventure, but then he ends up coming across like this wizard. And it's funny because the names in the book are like Nikola Tesla, you know, and then the last book of it, he ends up like time traveling, and he ends up going to the future, and then he ends up becoming the president, and then the last book of the actual of the series is called The Last President. So yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Oh
man.
my God, is Donald Trump the last president?
I don't know. The way the way the world's
conspiracy
going,
theories.
the way the world's going, I'm pretty sure.
But you know, it's funny that you talk about the DeLorean that they brought to your job. Well, you know, when I was a kid at Universal Studios, the ride that they
yes.
have now, that's the Simpsons ride.
Yeah.
That used to be Back to the Future.
Oh,
So it was
really?
like you would get into a DeLorean,
Yeah.
and then you would like time travel.
Yeah.
You would go through like the Jurassic Park
Yeah.
period.
Mhm.
I mean, did you get on
Yeah,
that?
I go when I was little, back in when I was like 10, 11.
Yeah.
They had the Back to the Future simulation
Yeah.
ride. And that was so, and it's funny because all the rides that me and my parents and everybody talk about, that is the only ride that we remember that was like insane because you're in the stimulation. But
Yeah.
now a lot of the rides that are in Universal are all stimulation rides.
Yeah, most of them are, you know, like, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a Simpsons ride now,
Yeah.
which is really fucking
Yeah,
cool,
we went.
though.
We went to.
To be honest, it is honestly like an acid trip. Like,
Yeah.
when you get in that ride and you go through that whole thing,
Yeah.
like, I walked out of there going, like, is that what like taking acid feels like? Because I've never done that. So I was like, it just hit me going like, dude, that was so insane, so intense. I was
Yeah.
like, all the animation, like everything, you know, because it's kind of 4-dimensional where you can kind
Yeah.
of feel things and stuff.
Yeah.
So that was cool as shit. But that used to be Back to the Future.
Yeah, I remember when we went to Universal Studios 2
Did
years
you
ago.
do the Harry Potter stuff?
Yep, we did it all.
Ooh, man. Oh my God, dude. Okay, so that Harry Potter ride, the one that's the same thing where it's all like
It's stimulation.
yeah, where you're
When
on
you're
that
the
ride.
roller coaster and you're like,
Yeah.
you're riding, and then you turn, and then
Dude.
they do this whole big old form on
Holy
it.
shit, bro. I thought
Yeah.
I honestly was like, that is one of the fucking coolest rides I've ever
Yeah,
been
I like
on.
the fact that when you're waiting in line, like you're going through first you're going through like the bank, and then you're going through like underground. And then
Yeah,
you're going
like
to the
yeah,
caves.
yes.
It's pretty cool. I
Everything
like-
that they set up, you know, like
Yeah.
if you're in Dumbledore's like little room, I mean, I guess his office,
Yeah.
you know. So that was really cool.
Yeah.
And you know the cool thing about it for me was because me and my nephew got on it. It at some point the ride stalled, so then we had to go back. Like it stalled and then it kept going, and then by the time we
like, did
ended,
the ride mess up?
yeah, it kind of
Oh,
stalled,
wow.
right? So like it was like, you know how it's like screens and it kind of like stopped at a screen,
Yeah.
but it's an actual roller coaster. It's like going through all these screens,
Yeah.
and so it kind of stopped and then it kept going. And by the time we were done, the guys were like, "Hey, we noticed y'all's ride stop. If you guys want to get on it right now and go
Nice.
again," we were like, Hell yeah. So we
course.
got on it, and like right at the beginning it stalled again. And then we got through the whole thing all over, and then they were like, if you guys want to ride again, we were like, fuck yeah. So we got to ride it 3 times in a row, and like the last time it was all the way through. But to be honest, like those stalls didn't do shit for me. Like they didn't like bother me at all, you know? So just getting through that whole thing, I was like, yeah, it was cool as shit that I got to ride it 3 times. Yeah, I'll go ride that bitch again right now.
That whole Harry Potter experience, the whole Harry Potter park at the Universal Studios, it's a big trip, man. Like everything in Universal Studios is a trip because it's like you're actually in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the shows that they do, they're pretty awesome. Did you do the Waterworld show?
Which one was that one?
It's the remember the movie Waterworld? They have a whole show based on the movie.
Oh yeah, you're talking about where you have to sit down and then you see the big pyros and all that stuff.
Yeah,
we didn't get a chance to.
You didn't watch that,
no,
bro? That is like one of the best ones there too.
Well, I think at that time when we went, we didn't. It wasn't. They weren't gonna have it because a lot of times the weather has an effect in it.
Oh, okay. So like, what you went like when it was raining or something, or
okay?
What?
So in Florida, it rains like for like 20 minutes and then it stops. And then it rains another hour, then it stops.
Oh, okay. So you went to the one in Florida. I'm talking about the one in California.
Oh, no.
I didn't know that they had something like, I didn't know it was identical.
Yeah, it is identical. The only thing is the Disney World is a lot bigger than Disneyland.
Right. Yeah, I know that, but I didn't know that Universal Studios was pretty similar to what they had in California.
I think so. I've never been the one in California. I've always been the one in
Yeah,
Florida.
but like now that we're talking about it, because I thought you were talking about the one in California. I was like, oh, I didn't know you went down there for that.
No, I've never. The only time I ever went to California was when I was on Just Judy. That was it.
Yeah, dude. And you know what's so cool about like the Harry Potter shit is like they have Diagon Alley, so you can go pick out a wand.
Yeah, that's how it is over there.
Oh, really?
Over there in Florida.
Yeah, dude. The whole thing, it's kind of like a mini map of Hogwarts, so it's pretty fucking cool, man.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty, like I said, the buildings they built, the texture of it, and it's crazy because like the Hogwarts building, like it looks like it's so far away, but it's up on a hill. But if you look at it, it's really not that big. It's just an illusion of it.
Yeah, my profile picture on Facebook is with me and my family of that, where it looks like it's really far away, but it's really not. It's Hogwarts. Yeah,
it's pretty dope.
Yeah, so it's fucking cool as shit, man. Yeah. Me and my family, we had a blast down there. It was the first time that I had gone back since I was a kid. And also the shitty part though was that they were redoing Jurassic Park.
Ah,
dude. Okay, so I was so excited because that's like one of the rides that I remember getting on, and like they have all the dinosaurs pop out. But they were remodeling it due to the new movie that just came out, right? Yeah. So they're like updating it, and so when we got there, they didn't have it. They were remodeling that bitch.
No, actually, we were sad face. When we went, they were actually tearing it down. Like we got to actually experience the last like 2 weeks of the ride going on before they tear it down because they were about to remodel
they were about to remodel it.
Yeah,
so you guys did get to get on?
Yeah, we got to get on the Jurassic Park, got to take a picture with the Velociraptor and stuff like that. And then,
that's cool, man.
So man,
it's like when you hit the top of that hill and that freaking huge T-Rex comes out, it's like and then you hit that big ass drop.
Yeah, it's funny because when you see the picture, like I'm just like,
what's funny is like my mom was a savage, dude. Like I'd be scared to get on shit. She'd be like, "Come on, let's go." She'd come out in all the pictures smiling. I'm over here hiding and shit. So that was cool, man.
There's one picture where I'm going through that drop and I'm holding on, and they're like, you can tell like I was like fear for my life. I don't know why. I think it's just because the whole quick drop. I'm just like,
because you're a pussy. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. So we have like the Terminator trilogy, which is another good set of films, man. I remember watching the Terminator going like, what? This was amazing. As far as action going.
Once again, Terminator talks about time traveling. I'm telling you, it's real.
Yeah, dude, you might be right. I don't know.
I'm telling you, it's real.
Dude, I believe a lot of crazy shit, but time traveling is not one of them.
I know, but it's all the stuff that you're into requires time traveling.
Yeah, so I know that's true.
Hollywood's giving us a hint. Trump.
Somebody in there knows what's going on.
Look at The Simpsons. They predicted a lot of deaths. They put it into their shows, and
Did they get lucky?
I don't
Who
know.
knows?
I'm just saying, like, if
Conspiracy theories out there, hit us up with your.
don't even hit me up. Just give me the lottery numbers. That's it. That's all I'm asking for.
I just want to make money.
That's it. That's it.
But yeah, man, like Terminator the original was really fucking cool. But I think Terminator 2 was one of the better ones.
Yes.
For me,
Judgment
just
Day?
because, yeah, they have that kid.
Yeah.
God, what's his name? John Connor.
John
Connor,
Connor,
as a kid.
Yeah.
And
Sarah Connor.
he has his own personal Terminator. I was like, how cool would that be?
Yeah.
Because we were the same age around the time we were watching that. We're like, dude, that's having your own personal security guard who literally put anybody through a fucking wall. And it doesn't matter how many walls you build. That dude would put them through all of them.
Yeah. I think my favorite scene of that was the whole motorcycle scene when they're trying to get away from old boy, like the cop.
Oh yeah, he's on the 18-wheeler.
Yeah, and he's like, bro, it's
yeah.
like they cannot get rid of this guy. It's like you talk about like motivation and hustling. You got to look at this guy because he did not stop.
Yeah, I know.
And he would like get shot like 20 times, get up and just start hauling ass.
Liquid metal, dude.
Yeah, bro. And I'm just like, my favorite part was when he turned his whole arm into like a
the spear
knife. Yeah,
he's just stabbing people and shit.
Yeah, man.
Like,
imagine that going to work. Hey, Phil, get out of my fucking face.
It's like, and when somebody says to you, you're bumming me out, you say, oh damn it, now I can't remember the line. What was the line where he's like, eat my shorts? Yeah, he's like, eat my shorts.
Yeah.
What was the other one though? Another really good line from that where he's actually talking to him.
My favorite one is get to the chopper.
Where he's telling him how to be a lot more human. So it was like, eat my shorts, and damn, now the other line escapes me. I can't think of it. Somebody listening, they're like, it's this line, you idiot.
Right. I'll be back. That's the only one that I remember. I'll be back.
Yeah, like from the original Terminator, as he like pulls out that sawed-off shotgun from the flowers. Yeah. Where he's like, it's just blowing people. You're like,
now,
oh,
when they try to do all the other Terminators, because you have Terminator, which is that one with the guy who played back Christian Bale. Yeah. You have that Terminator, then you have the one.
Okay, so like I guess would be like the extended
exterminate. What was it?
Days of Tomorrow, maybe. I'm
not
really sure. The only reason why I don't remember them well is because I was not really into them.
Yeah, I think it's one of they're having to remake movies. Yeah. But the remakes are always just garbage.
Okay, so like a really good example of that would be Alien, right? Like the original Alien. Oh my God, amazing. And now, Ridley Scott went back and, he tried to continue the story. Well, not continue, but he tried to show you where the alien actually originates from.
From
like
Prometheus?
Prometheus. Oh. Okay, so what was the one thing that you told me about watching that movie?
Okay,
because you kind of fucking. Yes. I was like, what?
Yeah, so I thought it was just like when I was watching Prometheus, I thought it was just like a regular alien movie. Yeah, like she goes and she's communicating with these aliens, and then she's sitting through this thing, and then at the end, that blew my mind was when I saw like the alien. How they insert you in their body, and he's like struggling, and then he falls to the ground, and a thing pops out. I was like. It freaked me out. I was like, holy crap, this movie's about aliens. Like, when
it's about Alien.
It's the prequel that starts the Alien theory.
I guess,
trilogy.
I guess I understood it because, I'm a real big fan of Ridley Scott. So the moment that movie was like, they were talking about making it, I was really excited because I was like, oh, this is great. They're going to the origin stories about aliens. So when I went to go watch it, it was like, I was just the whole time. The whole time I was like, okay, so how's this going to tie into Alien? It was until the very end, that you finally see Alien come out of that Prometheus dude. And I was just like, oh my God, so this is how they make them.
Yeah. So
then after that, they made Covenant, and I thought it was horrible. I was not into it.
Yeah. So when I saw Prometheus, I thought it was just like a regular Alien movie. To be honest, like I didn't think anything like the Alien trilogy. I just thought it was just like another space, contacting alien movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but when I saw at the end, I was like, whoever, I forgot who I was watching it with, but I looked at them, I was like, yo, this movie's about aliens. So that just kind of blew my mind.
Yeah, dude. Because see, that's what you're saying. Is like some of the remakes or the continuations of those movies aren't as great.
Like RoboCop is another one.
Right, RoboCop, Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
Right, Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah. See, I like
so good.
It's funny because RoboCop was my very first superhero. Like it wasn't
Oh,
Batman.
really? Dude, did you have that big ass toy?
No, yeah, I had that one, and I had a little toy. It was a little mono about this big.
Yeah.
And like you had the guns.
Yeah.
And it was like a cap gun, but
Yes.
it's just like you just kind of flicked his back, and then as soon as you flicked his back, those caps went off. So
Yeah.
he's holding his gun, and his gun would go off like pop, pop, pop. And I mean,
Wow,
that's
that's cool.
That was my favorite toy, and I don't know what happened.
That was one of my favorite toys. It's funny that you bring that up because I had a huge doll, RoboCop.
Top Dog,
You know,
that had the gun on the side that you can open up his leg, and then the gun will pop out.
it wasn't that fancy.
Oh,
We didn't
dang.
have that kind of money. Mine was just kind of like a little rubberish, but it was like an 18-inch doll, so it was huge. You know.
Yeah, well, I
I'd go
had one-
around pretending I was RoboCop.
Oh. So you should have grew up with me. I'm just kidding. That sounded rude.
Yeah,
I'm
because
sorry.
you had the better toys.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Well, it's because I was the baby of the family.
I'm the baby of the family too.
Yeah.
So, but
how
I'm
many
just saying,
how many
like,
brothers and sisters you got?
I have 8 siblings. I'm sorry, I have 8 sisters and 2 brothers.
Yeah, I just got a sister. That's it. Just me and my sister.
Dude, if you want to talk about my family, we'll be here all day, man. Because I have a huge family. But yeah, anyway, so it's like Judge Dredd was amazing. You know, like,
Sylvester Stallone.
I am the law.
That's my favorite line.
I am the law. Dude, what are some of the RoboCop lines? He had like super iconic lines.
Yeah, he had
what was oh god damn
"Come
it.
with me if you want to live."
No,
No,
that's still Terminator.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
Oh yeah,
That
you're
was his
coming
line.
with me.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me. That was my favorite one.
Yeah. Yes, I'm glad you remember that because I was
Yeah.
like, damn, I
saw
can't
it the
remember
other
any.
day.
I can't remember any lines.
When we were talking about the Batman, on our second episode, when we were talking about Batman, and then I was talking about Frank Miller, how he screenwrited RoboCop 2. That's
Yeah,
his
yeah,
first
yeah.
primary. I went and I saw RoboCop 2.
Oh really?
Yeah, I just saw it. Was
How does it hold up?
It's great. I love all the RoboCop movies.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like, how does it hold up now? Because it's been so long.
I mean, yes, the graphic is a little.
You're coming with me, dead or alive.
The CGI is like very terrible, but
Yeah,
that
you know,
was back in
like when they did like RoboCop 2, where they
Yeah.
had like that robot.
yeah. The CGI was terrible.
Yeah.
Even
it looks like clay animation to
Yeah,
me.
it
I'm like,
is.
is it stop animation?
It's
Well,
stop
that's
animation.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, right? It probably was stop
a lot
animation.
of like Godzilla stuff like that was stop animation.
And you know, we can't talk about this without bringing Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park, amazing movie of all time, is
Yes.
honestly one of my favorite movies that I can watch over and over and over, man. I've seen that movie so many times I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, my son, he's my 3-year-old. He's all into Jurassic Park right now. He's all into dinosaurs, and they just released a new show off of Netflix called Camp
I did see that.
something.
Yeah.
but it's the Jurassic cartoon.
I haven't
and
watched it, but
My
is
son,
it any good?
he watches it every night.
Oh,
and we've
okay.
already went through the series, and he watches it again and watches
Yeah,
it again,
again and
watches
again
it
and
again.
again.
And even McDonald's came out with his own toys for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
But I mean, they don't
Oh,
have it no
God.
more. It's like something else now. But
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
time
yeah.
when
Like
it
they
first-
at some point they had toys for that movie.
Yeah. So I mean, Jurassic Park will always be my favorite trilogy of all time, aside from like RoboCop.
Yeah.
But, like-
yeah, dude. Well, I'm
I
not
think it's-
saying that I'm really crazy about the trilogy. I just love Jurassic Park, the original.
Yeah.
I do like the other ones, but the original to me, Jurassic Park, is just
The
like
Lost
one of the
World was
best.
always my favorite one.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
We're gonna have a problem with now.
Yeah, because I thought that was the worst one.
But I think the third one was the worst.
You might be right. Hey guys, we're taking a break to talk to you about Anchor. Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. Me and Phil did it, you can too. And the best part, it's free. Anchor hosts our podcast. And I don't know if you noticed, but we didn't start sounding great until we switched to Anchor. They have creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast. And honestly, the best part is Anchor will distribute your podcast on everything: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And you can make money, guys. Trust me, Anchor is everything you need. Anchor. Anchor. Anchor.
There's someone standing over there. Come and play with us.
Here's Johnny.
This Hell Nah is brought to you by Nailed by Laura G. Ladies, you want to get looking right for the night? Make sure you hit up my girl Nailed by Laura G. It's October and it's Halloween season, so Tacos with Beer is going dark.
Super dark.
And Halloween. Alfonso's about to share some spooky stories.
I could be Halloween. All right, man. We're gonna talk about Skinwalker Ranch and how it became a hotbed for paranormal activity, man.
Ooh.
So reports persist of UFO crop circles, cattle mutilation, and shape-shifting creatures in previous to bullets.
Oh, what?
Yeah, man, a bunch of crazy shit happening over there in the Utah basin, man. You can't throw a fucking rock somewhere and not hit somebody who hasn't been fucking abducted or hasn't seen a fucking alien report or seen some kind of lights in the sky, seen all kinds of crazy shit, man. So this property, known by many now as Skinwalker Ranch, has had so much activity, probably the most in the US, you know, and maybe around the world, to be honest, because there's all kinds of reports coming out of there about shapeshifters, fucking aliens, lights.
Where's this at?
In Utah.
Utah.
Yeah,
There's
northern
a lot of crazy
Utah.
shit going on in Utah. Ain't that where polygamy? I can't even say.
Oh,
it.
polygamy?
Yeah. Ain't that like
Polygamy.
isn't illegal over there?
It's not illegal?
It's legal.
Oh, I have no idea.
Or is it just not illegal at all?
It's not legal anywhere in the U.S.
Oh,
No, I don't believe. Well,
because
I,
I remember
seeing.
I remember seeing a show about that. My sister's wives. I don't know if you ever seen that show. My wife is like addicted. Well, she's not addicted.
That was an HBO series.
No, it's I think it's a TLC series. My wife likes that show.
I'm sorry. I think the HBO series I was thinking of was Big Love.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that's about polygamy.
Yeah.
It's about the Mormons and their wives.
Yeah, can you imagine that, having a bunch of wives? That's a bunch of headaches.
Yeah. It sounds like fun, but Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Not. All right, some have called it a supernatural place, others deemed it cursed. Terry Sherman got so spooked by the happenings on his new cattle ranch that 18 months after moving his family of four to the property known by many as Skinwalker Ranch in northern Utah, he sold the property of 512 acres away. So
this guy was ready to get rid of it.
Yeah, man, like his family experienced a ton of crazy stuff, bro. Like one example of it would be like, you know, his wife went grocery shopping and she came home with the groceries, put everything up, went upstairs, changed clothing, came back down, and everything was put back out on the counter.
What?
You know, little things like that. Like there was another incident, like one of the first ones that he experienced was he was out there with his son, you know, and this guy, you know, if you own 512 acres of property, you need to have guns. So, you know, you got to kill wolves or whatnot trying to come onto your property, especially because, you know, they raise cattle, you know, and they have bulls and other things like that are like really important for the property to keep, you know, your money going.
Yeah.
So he's out there with his son doing some work and they see like a huge wolf, just taller than he was. He's about like 5'9", taller than him. He walks up to him and him and his son are like super scared. You know, they're like, oh shit, what the fuck? And the wolf is just kind of looking at them, just kind of like scoping them out.
Yeah.
And then he just starts to walk away. And they were like, what the fuck? And then as he's walking away, he kind of runs over to where the cattle are. And where the cows are. Yeah. And he starts attacking one of the cows. So the owner of the property.
It sounds like a normal wolf to me.
Yeah. He gets scared. He gets mad, obviously. He's like, shit, you're killing one of my cows. He grabs his gun, starts shooting at the creature, right, that he's seeing, and nothing. The dude's like not even fucking flinching. Finally, he tells his son to bring out his bigger rifle.
Well, maybe he was missing the whole time. Or maybe the rifle had blanks in it.
I don't know. I mean, that's what's reported. And he shot it with the gun, with the higher caliber rifle. And he finally got him to move. The wolf kind of looked at him. Then, you know, he fucking took off running. And they kind of chased it down this, like, path. And then out of nowhere, like, the prince disappeared. And he was completely gone, you know. So it was just like,
it just disappeared.
Yeah, it was just a crazy stuff, you know. So his family was like, he felt like he was being attacked by a ton of stuff. By the time that he sold the property, they were so spooked that he never even wanted people to know his real name, because it did bring up a lot of commotion. So there was a lot of news and a lot of people coming out and trying to check out what the fuck was going on over there. Yeah.
I think that ghost that then was when he went to go put up the groceries and he had him left, came back, and all the groceries are out. That's just pettiness to me. I feel like that ghost was either a teenager or that was his wife. Didn't like the way he put it up.
Casper.
Yeah, he didn't like the way he put up the groceries, and she's like, "Nah, fuck that. I'm gonna bring all these groceries out, and I'm gonna do it the right way." That's what that sounds like.
Yeah, so he and his wife Gwen shared their chilling experiences with local reporters in June of 1996. They'd seen mysterious crop circles, the Sherman said, and UFOs, and the systematic and repeated mutilation of their cattle in an oddly surgical and bloodless manner. Really? Within 3 months of that story's publication, Las Vegas real estate magnate and UFO enthusiast Robert Bigelow bought the property for $200,000. So he was like really intrigued by this property, right? So many people are now, and they were. So he bought the property, and he came up with this whole team of scientists to go in there and investigate it, because he wanted to have like real tangible proof that he could show to people, right? So they spend like 10 years, him and those scientists, and these aren't just like your everyday, like these are like PhDs, you know, that are like in there like looking for actual explanations of what is actually happening there, so that they could just be like, no, it's actually the magnetic field on this thing,
they could debunk a lot of stuff.
And that whole thing was so big that even the U.S. government got involved, and they even got government funding for that team. Yeah, so they went on and they researched it for about 10 years. It was really inconclusive. None of the findings were really reported because they're kind of sealed away and classified.
I don't know. That means they found something.
I don't know, man. But so
that means they found something over there.
Yeah, it maybe.
Because if you classify something and you don't want to talk about it no more, that means you found something.
Yeah. So under the name the National Institute of Discovery Science, which is known as NIDS, Bigelow set up around-the-clock surveillance of the ranch, hoping to get to the bottom of the paranormal claims. But while that surveillance yielded a book called Hunt for the Skinwalker, Science Confronts the Unexplained at the Remote Ranch in Utah, in which several of the researchers claimed to have seen paranormal activities, they were unable to capture any meaningful physical evidence supporting the Shermans' incredible stories. So that's what they were saying that they couldn't.
Of course.
So this guy who was there reporting on it, he was originally he was there as a news guy, and he wanted to make a story, but they ended up not giving him permission to put out a documentary, because that's really what he wanted to do, because there's so many substantial claims coming out of this property, about aliens. And, while they were there, they would report like you could hear movements on the bottom, like if there was like construction going on, and you could hear like machines kind of moving.
Oh, yeah. They found aliens. No, it's an underground where they're building their ships, or they could be building a time portal. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's something else that they report around that same area, is like portals opening up.
Okay.
You think Satan's gonna come out?
No,
like,
I'm telling you, they're time they're time traveling over there. I'm telling you, if you don't say nothing and it becomes classified, they hide some shit.
Well, see,
where's this place at? I say we go take a road trip.
It's a private property, so you can't get on the property without permission. Robert Bigelow doesn't own it anymore. I believe he sold the property in 2012, but there is another millionaire dude who bought the property.
Yeah.
And like he started doing his own show now. He's got something going on History Channel with it.
Really?
Yeah, man. It's called
because they actually cleaned everything out, cleared it all out. Then it's like, all right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's some shit going down over there.
Yeah, so they're he's doing his own research. Yeah. This new guy who owns the property now. But like, one of the weird things about it was like things tend to happen when you dig, right? So really bad things tend to happen. So
where's this at? Utah?
It's in the Utah basin, so it would be like northern Utah.
Is that over there? Where is Utah at? Right next to Nevada, right?
Yes.
right next to Area 51. I'm telling you.
Pretty close.
Yep.
Actually.
There it is.
Not bad.
You only
man.
got to convince me because I know where it's at. I already know what's going down.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what I'm telling you. Like, people are still like really, really into this property, and like, there's so much stuff happening there to this day. Even with that new documentary that they're working on, that I told you about, that new guy who owns the property.
Yeah.
He has a new show. I checked it out, and there's a ton of stuff that they're doing and they just can't explain. A lot of stuff that happens.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they'll shoot a camera somewhere and like they'll change like the I guess like the setting to where I can see like infrared.
Yeah.
And you'll see like structures lit up all over the place.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
Like if there's like some kind of energy.
UFO? Yeah.
UFO energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I'm telling you, it's some crazy shit, man. I don't know if it's aliens or if it's just people that have been here for fucking hundreds of years, you know, millions of years.
It's a
and
time.
we think that, you know,
How
we
big is this
haven't
ranch?
been here. It's 512 acres.
512 acres.
Yeah, man, it's 512 acres. It's a huge property for 200,000, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a lot.
200,000, 512 acres. But it's also Utah. This is back in like 1996.
So what do you think it is
he
now?
sold it in 1997, huh?
How much do you think that ranch is worth?
Now, I don't know, man. I mean, he got it for 200,000, like we said. So I would say probably over $1 million.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, because think about it, it's 512 acres. So
Yeah, because you
You
know what,
know?
200-some thousand, that's like a normal price for a house now. So I wouldn't expect a 512 acre to be that much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude, it's like, you know, the lens of certain cameras cost about 200,000.
Yeah.
You're like literally holding a house in your hand.
Basically.
You know? So according to Hunt for the Skinwalker, odd objects have been spotted overhead since the first European explorers arrived in 1776. Franciscan missionary Sylvester Velez de Escalante wrote about strange fireballs appearing over his campfire in El Rey. And before the Europeans, of course, indigenous people occupied the Utah Basin and, you know, had always talked about saying that land was cursed. And there's this thing that they believe in, which is called a shapeshifter.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like demons. To them, it was like a demon source where
It could shape into whatever form.
yeah, it could, you know, like you might see it as a wolf or
Yeah.
you might see it as a person.
Have you ever seen True Blood on HBO?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
I mean,
like-
I've only seen like maybe the first season.
Yeah, so like that guy, I think his name is man, I forgot his name. I think his name's Sam, and he's a shapeshifter. So whatever animal he sees, he can form into that animal.
Yeah.
So you think there's some guys out there forming into animals, basically.
Dude, imagine if you had that kind of power, dude.
Bro, it'd be game over. Game over.
Dude, it's like you bust into somebody's house, like, oh my god.
You know how they
somebody
always
busted
say,
in,
I
it's,
wish
like,
I was-
shaped into a dog. Like,
You know how they always say, I wish I was the fly in the room. You know? Don't fuck around. I'm going to be the fly in the room.
it's like that dude with like the Invisible Man.
Yeah.
first.
I know what I
he was
saw that
like-
movie. You ever seen the movie The Invisible Man, the new one
No, not the new one, but I've seen like the original stuff.
with Kevin Bacon?
yeah,
that
Kevin
one?
Bacon.
Yeah. I just recently saw the Invisible Man, the 2020 version.
Yeah, was it any good? Kind of garbage.
A little bit.
Yeah, I
It's
figured.
2020.
Yeah, I know. It makes sense, dude, because it seems like even that movie with Kevin Bacon was already a remake, but
Yeah.
it was decent. And you know, you're talking about a remake of a remake. Of
Yeah,
a
this
remake.
one they kind of made it. They try to make it a little bit more scarier, but it's like, bro, how can it be? What's scary about an invisible man? Like, that
Dude,
just seems like a creep.
What do you mean? Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, because that was the whole thing about it, right? Where
Yeah.
it was like Invisible Man, where
They-
it's like
I think
he's
they-
just kind of like
They made a bigger a story for it. Like this new one was about like a guy. He was tormenting his girlfriend or his ex-girlfriend. He was very abusive, and apparently she tried to claim that he died of suicide, and she was like all happy, but he was like really rich, but he was also in the tech industry. So he created the suit that made him invincible. So he kind of faked his own death and then put on the suit and then found out where she lived and then started tormenting her.
wow.
Yeah. I'm
Talk
telling you.
about salty.
You ain't lying. Exes are taking
Jesus,
it.
let
Exes
it
are
go.
exes are taking it to another level.
Let that motherfucker go.
They ain't lying.
Jesus.
And she wasn't even all that. I wouldn't stalk her.
Yeah, dude, if I'm invisible, shit, I'm gonna go stalk somebody super hot. But yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, this whole property has always had like all kinds of strange things happening. You're right about the road trip. Let's go over there and break into this fucking property.
Damn.
And I say the first thing we do is we dig. And if we die, then we learned our lesson.
Yeah.
But if we survive,
If
we'll
we
come
died,
back
you already
and
know
we'll
what
tell
happened.
you guys
Yeah.
that what we did over there.
Yeah. I don't know if that. I think my wife has to come back at a certain time though.
She's gonna be like, Phil, or else you get the belt.
Right. Well, I appreciate everybody hanging out with us today, guys. This is our very first professional podcast live.
Yeah, man.
So we want to shout out.
It was
to
a lot of work, man. Oh my god, it was a lot of work.
Yeah, it was. It was a little tiring.
Every time we take on something, man.
You know what? That just we
do it because we like what we're doing.
Yeah,
and we're trying.
We
to
set
put
a
out
goal
the
for
best.
ourselves, and we accomplish it.
Yep.
I like that.
Yep.
Shout out to our sponsors, Nail by Laura G. Ladies, you want to get your nails looking right, make sure you hit up my girl. Please check out the website, tacoswithbeer.com. We all have the latest podcasts and the latest videos on there as well. Make sure you subscribe to all of our social media accounts and make sure you tune in because we are going to be giving out some merch and selling some merch.
Yeah, man. So we got another giveaway coming up pretty soon.
And this one's will be for the fellas.
Yeah, man.
So
there'll be some cash involved.
So thanks, guys. We'll see y'all next Tuesday. Remember, always keep those tacos spicy. Right, I said that wrong, right?
Yeah, I think you should say.
Hold on, what did I say? It's make sure you keep those tacos hot and spicy.
And those beers coming.
And we out.
Hey, will you guys let me know if this ever airs?
I hate goodbyes.
Get the hell out of here!
Bye, Felicia.
Think I'll go home now.